Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of our tactics tester. And as you can see, we are testing another 4-3-3 tactic here today. So if you are very keen for this episode, make sure you smash the thumbs up button, make sure you get in the comments, and make sure you share this around, because this has probably been one of my most favorite tactics that I've used so far this season on FM22. So once again, links are in the description to all my socials. If you want to see this tactic being used on stream, make sure you come over at Paulie29 to see how we go in this 4-3-3. But I think this is my favorite tactic. I am loving this deep lying forward on attack now. Sergio Aguero has the tendencies to come to it. He has the comes deep to get ball, likes ball played into feet and runs with the ball wide. Don't really know how I feel about the run with the ball wide, but it should set up Dembele and Griezmann quite well. But this team looks very, very solid. Obviously got Ansu Fati. I haven't got the updated squads yet, so Coutinho will be here, unfortunately, for this test, but that's okay. We've got plenty of quality players as well. Depay can probably do a job. Gavi could do a job as the centre mid on attack. But the other teams we've got are Aston Villa, who this is how they're lining up with Danny Ings, Leon Bailey, Ollie Watkins, Sanson, McGinn, Douglas Luiz. I did think we were going to have Coutinho, but Ollie Watkins could easily do a job for us as an inverted winger in this tactic. If you've got high finishing, it makes a big difference. But the roles, goalkeeper hasn't got any. We've got take fewer risk, close down less on the fullbacks. We've got close down less on both centre backs, and then take fewer risk, close down less on the left back. Then more direct passing on our DLP, tackle harder, mark tighter. We've got pass it shorter, tackle harder, mark tighter on the box to box, and pass it shorter and move into the channels. So we're trying to get sort of these triangles here between the wingers, the fullback, and the midfielder relevant. So we've got a triangle between the DM and the two centre backs. We've got triangles out here, and then triangles with the striker. So that's what you'll notice with this. Before we get into the other teams as well, we play a wide width. We try to pass into space, but then we look for the low crosses into the box. We're playing out a defence slightly shorter, which matches the pass it shorter mentality of our team, and a slightly lower tempo. So we're not going right in your face with the ball, but when we don't have the ball, we're counter pressing, and then once we win it back, we are looking to use that pass into space. But then we also are playing a much higher line and a higher defensive line. So it is an aggressive tactic. It's been working wonders with me at Rangers, and hopefully you'll see very, very soon another save on Twitch that it works well with. With Marseille, this is how we're lining up as well. So Under, Milik, Payet, Guendouzi, Kamara, and Gerson is a very good midfield three there. We've got Saliba that can play at the back as well, which is fantastic for us. And I'm not sure which guy that is. It's Papa guy. Never heard of him. He can play box to box quite well, it looks like. And then we've got Borussia Mönchengladbach, who have Hoffman, Thuram, and Stindl, who I'm going to assume Stindl is a deep lying forward. Yep. Definitely has the passing, definitely has that ability to create play for us, more of a number 10. And I've noticed when this role is played by someone who is natural at it, it makes this system a lot better. Atalanta, this is the one I'm worried about. I don't think they're going to do as well with this. Ilic, Zapata, Muriel. Zapata looks okay as a deep lying forward on attack, but it's definitely not his best position or best role, but he does have the plays with back to goal, so that trait might help. And his physicals are unbelievable, his finishing's unbelievable, his passing's good enough, so I think that should do the job. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump ahead in this season, and you're going to see the results right now. Welcome back, YouTube. It is time to go through the results, and as you can see, unfortunately we've lost one job, but one thing I'm going to stress with this tactic is it does take a little bit of time to tweak, to get players in that are suited to your system, but I'm actually pretty happy with the results that we've managed to get. So we'll start with Marseille. This is probably the one that I wasn't the most impressed with overall. So we're going to look at the squad and look at our average ratings. We had lots of really good average rating. Oh, God. We had lots of really good average ratings in between these players here. Lots of sevens with the goals. So Milik managed to do really well, 18 goals. Gerson, as that centre mid on attack, managed to get 12. And Under got 15 assists here for us in League One. So let's go have a look how they lined up, which I think was this way as well. So Dimi Pipe, okay. That is a little bit weird. I don't know why Payet's playing as a box-to-box midfielder and Guendouzi's playing as a winger, but that's interesting. But anyway, let's go into the competition. So Marseille got to the quarterfinal of the Europa League, got knocked out there in the quarterfinal of the Cup as well. But look, 3 points away from third. You know, you one big result there, unfortunately, from really not making a big move for Champions League football. It's always hard with PSG, but we've had we had a really poor period there. Obviously, that's the 2 legs with Chelsea where we were really competitive too. We only went down, 3-1 on aggregate. We knocked PSG off there as well. Pardon me, as well. But on the last day of the season, we've lost 1-0 to Strasbourg, which on another day, if we do well there, we've knocked off Lyon as well. So you can see that there's potential here. How did we go against PSG? We drew with PSG as well, a 1-1. So, you know, in big games, it's showing that we're doing well. So let's have a look at the league and see how we went. So let's go, Paris FC maybe in the league, which would be interesting. Let's go stats team overall. And obviously, PSG scored the most goals. We've only scored 65 here. You'll notice this a lot higher later on. Fewer shots against, we've come second. And you'll notice that a lot too. Most possession, fourth is good. Fewest conceded, third with 36 goals. So we've scored, what did we score? 65, conceded 36, which isn't too bad. From us, best pass completion, we're fifth. Most shots, 4, we're second. So you can see that there's potential in this system here. We're probably just lacking a few quality players, and we're tied for third with the most clean sheets with Marseille, who were predicted fourth or fifth. So we've kind of finished where Marseille are expected. So we haven't pulled up any trees here at Marseille. But next, we're going to go to Aston Villa. This was one that I was really impressed with. Although we didn't win the league. You can see we came sixth with Aston Villa, which I think is a reasonable, finish. There's a lot of good teams in the Premier League that, are going to compete for us, for our players here. So Twanzebe, we've got a 7. Leon Bailey, 7 goals, 11 assists from the wing is fantastic. Tyrone Ming scoring 10. So you know that he's obviously been involved in some corners. And then Buendia with 8 and 13 assists. We've also had Danny Ings score 14 goals. So probably not enough goals in this team. Ollie Watkins, really 8 goals probably isn't enough, to be perfectly honest. But let's have a look at the schedule, see how we went. Great pre-season there, but scoring lots of goals as well. Started off pretty poorly, but we didn't have the easiest run, having to play Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City, and then Arsenal here as well. But then we've managed to go knock off West Ham 3-0, Coventry 5-0, Brighton 3-2. That's a big result there as well. With Crystal Palace, that's a good result. Few poor results in here as well with Watford and with Leeds. We're losing there. Southampton 1-0, late goal to Che Adams. We got a draw there with Liverpool. Semi-final of the Carabao Cup, we've lost to Man City over 2 legs, it looks like. We did beat them 1-0 though here in the second leg, so we almost got it back. But then we went on a really nice run here through the FA Cup, through the Premier League. Really nice run to finish off, and then we lost the FA Cup final 3-2 to Arsenal, which that's disappointing. That would have been nice to bring that trophy home. How did we go on the day? It looks like Arsenal did dominate the play. We were 2-0 up in the game though, and we threw it away. Imagine if we walked away with the FA Cup. That would have been absolutely fantastic. Let's get into the competition. So we got knocked out in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. We got knocked out in the final by Arsenal. So that's why I felt this was a very, very good season. And we were realistically just over 3 points out of the Champions League, with Leeds making it into the Champions League and Tottenham missing out on Europe, with West Ham getting relegated. I don't know what it is with West Ham. They always get relegated in these that I noticed. But let's go have a look at some of the stats here overall. So we've got most goals, we've got Liverpool, and then we've got us in 7th. So we really did struggle. So if you're going to pick up Aston Villa and use this tactic, you're going to have to try and find, probably a few signings. And my big thing was I thought I had done it with the updated squads, and I hadn't. So I felt like if I got the updated Aston Villa team, we may have done better. But look, it doesn't matter. Let's go data hub, and then let's ask for defensive efficiency. So what are we? We're busy and impenetrable, which isn't the worst. I'd like to be where is quiet and impenetrable. So for whatever reason, I've changed it now. So you want to be down in this quarter here. We're just on top here for shots faced per game, which is not ideal. And then we're going to have a look at is this the attacking one? It might not be. Let's have a look. No, that's not what we want. We want Shooting. And is this what I want? Shooting. Expected goals. So we're kind of almost at that aggressive shooting, high quality as well. So we're right on the line. So again, with a team like Aston Villa, to be sixth, you'll take that all day long. Atalanta, this was probably the biggest mover that we saw. They were very, very good. I was very skeptical about this team. Duvan Zapata averaging a 7.17, scoring 24 goals, was absolutely fantastic for us. And then we've obviously had Musso play in goals, who I've never really heard of before, but he does look very, very good. The Argentinian 28-year-old goalkeeper, was he 6'3"? He's a big boy, and he's done very, very well. Malinowski, obviously he's played as a midfielder for us. Lots off the bench, but very high rated, which is quite good. So if you're looking for a good central mid on attack, he is one for you. We've got Coopermans, who's had a good season, who, as a box-to-box midfielder, would be absolutely fantastic. But let's look at the goals. Pessina clearly is played as that centre mid on attack. Look at that. 17 goals, 12 assists. Absolutely fantastic. Illich off the right, 11 and 5. Fantastic. Koopmans is the box-to-box midfielder, 8 and 1 assist. This team has probably done the best that I could from the predictions, because they were 7th to be predicted. We've managed to finish in 3rd, and there's some really good results in here as well. Some really good runs of form as well. So even Lazio drawing 2 goals a bit annoying, because they scored a 95th minute goal there through Zaccagni, and then there's just good little stretches here, beating Napoli. It's good to see that we're competitive. We lost 2-0 to Inter there. We shouldn't be losing to Genoa, shouldn't be losing to Sassuolo, but at the end of the day, it's not too bad. We look at the competitions. In the cup, we got knocked out in the quarterfinal. We just fell short in a really tough Champions League group. And then in the Europa League, we actually got knocked out early by Leverkusen, which is surprising. But in the league, we're 1 point off being second, but Inter just ran away with the league. So that's okay. We can live with that. Quick little look at the stats. We don't need to look at everything. We've got Musso here, clean sheets. And that's what you're noticing. You should be noticing that most of these saves, that we're finishing pretty high up defensively. It's just making sure that you've got the right players going forward. So let's look at the stats quickly. I'm not going to dwell too long on these. Most goals, we came in 4th, so we weren't great when it came to scoring goals. Fewest shots against, were 5th, which is probably a bit low for what we want. 3rd on possession, don't really care about that. Fewest conceded, though, we were 2nd. So if we could just score a few more goals, it would have been fantastic for us to really even that out. And the last team that I think you all want to see is Barcelona. So most goals, we've scored the most goals by a country mile. Fewest shots against, we were 2nd. Most possession, we were 3rd. Fewest conceded, we were 3rd. You're probably thinking, what's happened here? Have we done it? Have we won a title? We have won a title, but it was the Spanish Super Cup. We got knocked out by PSG in the Champions League, which is understandable. We got knocked out in the semi-final of the Spanish Cup. We came 3rd, and it's the draw. I think it was the draws that really held us back a little bit here. You can see Real Madrid lost 6 games as well, but they've won Valencia, who won the league, but we just drew too many games here, and that's a little bit disappointing. I thought we may have done better with Barcelona than we did, given the players that we've got. But I think Barcelona is one of those teams where if you keep them in this system, let's go have a look at the squad quickly, because like Frankie de Jong's played 50 games, far out. But if you go average rating, so Depay has played 38 games. He looked absolutely fantastic in this system. PK scored 13. Araujo scored 6. So when you're looking at goals, you're missing that clinical striker. So you've got plenty of double goal scorers here, but PK and Araujo shouldn't be this high up, on your goal scoring list. So we're clearly lacking a goal scorer. Aguero didn't do as well as I thought he may have. Ansu Fati did really, really well playing off the wing. He played 40 games as well. So how have they lined up actually to finish the season off? So they've got Dembele, Griezmann, Aguero. They're lined up the way we left them, which is okay. I can live with that. And if we go schedule, let's just have a quick look at the last game. So we beat Granada 1-0. Demir come off the bench, obviously, I reckon, and scored. But look at how they're starting. They're starting with De Jong, Braithwaite, Dembele, Gavi, Nico, Puig. So they've really rotated them. Like Pedri probably should be starting in my eyes. Coutinho should be starting over Braithwaite. So I let the assistant managers have free reign of picking the team. How did we actually go against PSG here? We drew and we lost 4-2 away. So you can probably live with that. There's just some results here. Bilbao got a dumb red card there.
again here, Mallorca 1-0, Atletico Madrid, that's the cup. So you're looking, there's not too many losses here. There's probably a little period here. Okay, we lost there to San Sebastian, which is Sociedad. We just dropped some really silly points here in big games. Like, we're not losing to, your Real Madrids. We've beaten Real Madrid 2-0. We've beaten Atletico Madrid 1-0. We've beaten Real Madrid in the Super Cup semi-final. So you can get the results here against the big teams. It's about managing those smaller games, and that's what I'm noticing with my saves as well. So anyway, if you've really enjoyed this episode, give this tactic a go, but you really do need the right players. This is not a plug and play, set and forget tactic. This is I need the right inverted wingers that are going to be quick, that are going to be direct, that can finish chances. You need a DOF that really links the play up. If you can get a number 10 and train them to be a deep line forward, that's when I notice the best. You just need it, 14, 15 finishing, really high passing, good vision, just to try and link everything up. This center mid on attack is crucial. This needs to be an aggressive, absolute beast of a player. You can see De Jong has that. This is the perfect copy of what you need out of your center mid on attack. He is fantastic in this system. You can see the goals, the assists. If you can get double-digit goals and assists out of this player, then you're well on your way to doing well. I would be looking for a big striker in this role, not a 5'8" Sergio Aguero. I'd be looking for a big... honestly, if I was the Atalanta manager, I'd be using Illich in this role. So, big guy, holds the ball up, play the wingers in, turn, cross, can head it in, can tap it in, can do everything. So, once again, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you come over and follow us on Twitch as well, so you can catch all the action live for whatever we do, different saves and whatnot. And I'll see you very, very soon for another tactics tester. Actually, before I go, in the comments, tell me what systems you want me to... check out next, because I'm going to try to do one of these once a week. So we're going to try and get to all your systems very, very soon. Catch you later, and I'll see you very, very soon.